People have been asking about the wood. Do I have enough for the winter? Well, no, not even close. But I've got to start. So throughout the last few months, whenever there's an opportunity to get some wood, I've been grabbing a truckload, trailer load, whatever I can get. A friend of mine came by with a trailer load yesterday. We went out and cut a tree down. It looks like I don't know if it's an ash or if it's a shagbark, if it's a hickory. No, it looks more like an ash now in the light. It was late last night, we were cutting it down, but nice hardwood here, and so much wood out here now, I can't get my splitter out, so I need to start splitting some wood. So one of the most important tools that I've gotten next to my chainsaw for burning and heating with wood this year and last year has been this splitter. Now those of you who've been following along know that my father-in-law got this for us as a housewarming gift to kind of get us going last year, and God bless him, because I don't know what I would have done without this. This has been an extremely useful tool, and man, has this thing just worked great. So I wanted to go through this splitter, show you what I like and don't like about it, and talk a little bit about using a splitter and whether you need one or not. It hasn't been run in probably a month, so let's see if we can get it started in under 3 pulls. So the County Line 35-ton log splitter is pretty sweet piece of machinery, nice Kohler engine. So a couple of things I liked about this: obviously it has the 2 modes of operation. So it has the stand-up mode where the I-beam comes and stands vertically, and then you can roll the heavier, bigger stuff, like these kind of things and that kind of stuff. You just roll it right underneath it. What I do a lot of times is take the splitter right out to wherever I'm cutting a tree, and as I cut it up, I just roll it right underneath and split it out there, and then put it in the truck. You can fit a lot more in a load that way. And then the other mode it has is this horizontal mode. This is nice, especially if you have a lot of littler stuff. I would say stuff like that and below, things you can carry to also, I've done this a few times, load up my pickup truck and then just back the pickup truck right up to here, and then I can roll the logs right off onto the splitter, so I don't have to lift barely at all, and that works really well. So but the handle is right here, so your right hand can be on that. You can keep your left hand out here to guide the log, and pay attention obviously so you don't do that. I love these warnings, like as if we didn't know not to put our hand in the log splitter. But anyway, so it's just really comfortable. It's really handy. The engine is over there. I heard a lot of reviews on some of the smaller county lines that they have at TSC, where the engine is mounted, I think, somewhere on the beam, and when it's up, or it's blowing exhaust right in your face and stuff like that. I'd never had any issues like that with this one. You know, there's all the exhaust fumes are way over that way. So it's got a regular hitch on it here. I think it's a 2-inch ball, and I've mangled up the handle on it a little bit already. This thing is tricky to back up. You can't see it over the back of your vehicle, and it's just it goes. You turn the wheel a little bit and it's way over to the other side. So I jackknifed it a couple times and bent this handle up, but it still works fine. I can straighten it out. But so it's really easy to tow it around and take it out to wherever you're cutting wood, which is, like I said, the best way to go. One thing I can say, it does have the fuel shutoff on it here and the choke. You obviously have to have the fuel shut off whenever you're going to move this thing. I can say that even with the fuel shut off, there's still fuel in the lines in there, and going over the bumps and everything, it seems to flood the engine, gets the spark plug wet every time, and I have a heck of a time starting it. So the way I've overcome that is whenever I'm going to take it out somewhere, I start it up, and I'll do one of two things. Either I'll put it on full engine speed and I'll let it run as I take it out to the woods. That seems to solve the problem. The other thing you can do is start it up before you go, let it run, turn the fuel off, let it suck all that fuel out of the lines, let it burn it all out until it just about stalls, and then go ahead and shut it off. Then you can, when you get out there, you'll have to pull it a few times to get it going, but it's way better than if it's flooded. I tell you what, the thing won't start for an hour if you get it flooded. You got to take the spark plug out. So I've spent some time out in the woods pulling this thing when that happens. So it's got a little carrier here for warranty information and the owner's manual and stuff, which is kind of neat, because I've ever wondered what kind of oil it takes or what kind of hydraulic fluid or whatever. I can just pop that out. It's right here. Engine's awesome, plenty powerful enough, 9.5 horsepower. It does have the hydraulic filter over there. I don't remember how often that should be changed, but I haven't run it that much. The fill for the hydraulics right here, and it comes with a bottle of hydraulic fluid, I think, and it's just about full. So, but this has been an extremely useful tool. I mean, think about how much wood I burn. Think about these big trees, trying to split all that stuff by hand. I mean, it would just take me, I would spend hours and hours, and I just don't have that time. It's not that I don't mind putting the effort into it, it's just that I do not have the time to sit and work and split that stuff. Plus, a lot of the stuff that I burn is green. This thing right here, I cut this down in the spring, and that was 6 months ago. That is still not dried. And I mean, try to split that thing by hand, it's cottonwood too, so it's real stringy. I mean, you saw the splitter having a hard time getting through a lot of this stringy stuff here. You imagine splitting that by hand, it would be a nightmare. So that's just kind of a walkthrough overview of this particular wood splitter. There are lots of other wood splitters out there. There's homemade creations, all kinds of good things. I was lucky enough and blessed enough to have somebody get this for us. But honestly, this is the one I was looking for. He asked me what I wanted, and this is what I told him. This is the one I would have chosen to buy myself. I don't remember the actual price. I will put a link in the description over to the TSC site. I'm not affiliated with them, or this is not a product review really or anything like that, but just to show if you guys are interested in information on it. I couldn't be happy with the Kohler engine. I'm a big Briggs & Stratton guy. I like those engines, but this has been a great engine. So as I said, if you guys are looking at getting a homestead, looking at buying property, looking at heating with wood, I would say work this into your budget. This is an item that you don't have to go this high end. You don't have to go, you know, the 35 ton. There are 20 tons and 15 tons. There are electric models and stuff like that that will be fine. But if you are going to be cutting your own trees down and you don't want to have to be picky about what you can split, go with the big one. This thing can work through branches. It can split, you know, you cut the forks off the tree and stuff like that. It can split right down the middle. It has a lot of power to get through that stuff. If you have a lower end model, I don't know if it would do that. So this is, you know, definitely my recommendation is to go big, so you never have to worry about it, and you can always split what you need, especially with greener, stringier woods like cottonwoods and the black locust and stuff like that I have here. You know, you want to be able to just power through that stuff. You don't have to worry about it. So, but as always, guys, if you have questions about anything, I have a whole series on my experience with our first year in the farm, wood burning last year. I'll link to that in the little card system and up here, and let you guys check those videos out. I struggled. I week by week, I got wood every, you know, all winter last year. It was an experience. So this year I'm hoping to be more prepared, so that I'm not down to my last pallet to burn, you know, in the middle of February. So thumbs up on the video if you got any information, found it educational or entertaining at all. It makes a big difference for the videos when you guys do that. Subscribe to follow along. I'll have a lot more stuff coming up, chainsaw stuff, a lot of wood cutting stuff coming up this fall. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'd love to have you guys tag along and see what's going on with us. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.